Hey everyone, welcome to day 6 of our Focus Physio Mobility and Movement. Today we're going to look at thoracic movement, which is really important because we want our trunk movement, which is going to affect neck movement but also shoulder movement. So we're going to look at how we move the trunk on a stable position. This is something that we explored last year as well in our 12 days of mobility, looking at how important the trunk is in terms of movement. So what we're going to look at today is how we might do that movement. Now, first things first, we're going to look at a regress version. In this position, we start with our hands and knees on the ground. We sit our hips down to our heels. By locking up our hips, this is what we call a lumbar lock position. This will eliminate movement from our lower back, but also our hips, to try and isolate movement as much as we can purely through our trunk. Keeping our hands where we are, hands behind your head. You're going to lift your elbow up as high as you can first, and then rotate around the trunk. Elbow up as high as you can first, then rotate the trunk. By lifting your elbow up as high as you can first, this locks your shoulder into your spine, so you don't have so much shoulder movement when you are rotating through your trunk. Right? The movement, as much as we can, comes as purely from the trunk as possible. The next movement after that would be just on your hands and knees. So we've got a little bit more load through our hips this time, but we're going to we're going to reduce movement through the lower back, and once again trying to get as much movement through our trunk as possible. Same movement, elbow up, and then rotate. Elbow up, and then rotate. Alright, I'm going to do one movement from the front so you can see how there's not so much deviation from the hips. We want to try and keep in line as possible. I'm going to add an extra rolling movement to that as well. So, come down, upwards, come down, upwards. Alright, keeping our spine as stable as possible and not having too much movement through our lower back. So this is our thoracic extension rotation in our quadruped position with reach unders, but also in an extension movement. We'll see you tomorrow for day 7.